He's from Moscow, Russia, representing the eternal and illegal communist regime, weighing 234 pounds, the Russian bear, Ivan Koloff. And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, being led by his handler, Uncle Scooter the Mad Wizard from Colonial Heights, Virginia, weighing 263 pounds. He's on his way, folks. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the Baddog.
All right, fans, we're back at ringside. Kevin Casey alongside wrestling great Lou Thez. And Lou, a very unpredictable character in the Baddog, taking on the former world heavyweight champion, Ivan Koloff.
Well, Koloff is an old hand. He's been around for a long time. And he knows, you're talking about ropes, which you can see, he knows the ropes.
I'm telling you, the list of credentials and accolades for Ivan Koloff is almost too long to mention, but we'll be brief in saying he's a former WWF heavyweight champion, an NWA World Tag, World Six-Man, U.S. champ, Mid-Atlantic, and Mid-Atlantic Television champion. How about those for titles, Lou?
Well, he's been all over the world, and he's very well regarded wherever he wrestles, so that pretty well speaks for him.
You know, I
don't know this other young person.
The paths of Kevin Casey and Ivan Koloff frequently cross, and the last time I saw Mr. Koloff was down in Puerto Rico with the World Wrestling Council. And I know Ivan Koloff just got back from a recent tour of Japan with the Wings organization. A very successful tour, I might add. But he's up against this Baddog. And Lou, quite honestly, Baddog, a former Virginia State amateur champion, as well as a Eastern Region amateur champ. And I understand he's enjoyed quite a little success in the professional ranks.
Well, that makes me feel a little better, because even if he's an amateur champion, if he gets in there and gets mixed up with a hooker, and I'm talking about somebody that knows how to hook and hurt, his amateur career won't do him much good, because in amateur wrestling that's not permitted. He's not oriented in that field. So he better watch his step with old Ivan, because Ivan knows he knows where he's going.
Oh, without question. And how can you comment on the transition from the amateur style to the professional catch-can style of wrestling? What type of transition is Baddog facing here?
Well, see, after you finish your amateur career, then you get into what we call real wrestling, where you learn to hurt people. And as I said earlier, punishing or bone-breaking holds are not permitted in amateur wrestling. And when they get into a situation like that, they've got to retrain. And although they know their basics very well, they've got to learn how to defend themselves so they don't get permanently injured.
Well, we just saw Ivan Koloff what looked like a reverse front face lock. Baddog reversing, looks like a...
It's an overhead wrist lock. And it's a contest back and forth. If they're trying to wear each other out, I like to bet on Ivan. That old cat's been around.
Now, you mentioned the transition from amateur to professional. Lou, I know you run a school yourself here in Norfolk, Virginia, with the great Mark Fleming as your head trainer. What kind of a message would you send to the viewing audience if they want to get involved in professional wrestling?
Well, first learn to wrestle. Get the basics, and after that, you can go ahead and learn a little more about your craft. You're going to learn freestyle, Greco-Roman, and you get to know what's happening out there. You get to be so well mat-oriented, so that mat is your home. You feel at home there. It's not a foreign place to be. And once that becomes a fact, then you can go ahead and really pad your part and really learn something. See, Ivan does that without any effort at all, you know. It's a go behind takedown and keeps his man at a disadvantage, you know.
Well, Ivan Koloff, a man who has competed in 4 decades, not quite 7, Lou. I'm telling you, a former world champion, like we've said, a wily ring veteran in Ivan Koloff. I think Baddog has his hands full tonight.
Oh, he certainly has. Ivan's done his homework, and what many people work very hard to to accomplish in that ring, Ivan can do it without taking a deep breath, you know.
Now, I think this is a good experience for a young grappler such as Baddog. He can get in with a fellow like Ivan Koloff and actually learn a few things about the game.
Every match is a learning experience, every one. And if you stick around long enough and you don't get a permanent injury, why, you'll pick up your craft bit by bit.
We got some, I don't know what you call it, Uncle Sam type figure at ringside, Lou.
Yes,
kind of a distracting force, if you will.
That's exactly what he's there for, of course. Yeah. Yeah, he's there to try to confuse the issues.
And now it looks like we're getting a little amateur style. Looks like.
Oh, yes.
Quarter Nelson.
Oh, yeah. The Nelson's got a hammerlock now. Young man's doing a good job because, and as I said before, in amateur wrestling, a punishing hold like a hammerlock would not be permitted. So he's beginning to learn his freestyle very well. I can see that.
What about using the Baddog's body weight against the respiratory tract of Ivan Koloff? Maybe wearing him down, putting your weight on top of him.
Well, that could be done, and it is done. But if you're in cardiovascular condition, like Ivan is, it'll be a pretty tough job to do. He may get tired trying to get him tired.
And you see Koloff coming back as we are here in Rouges Club here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Ivan Koloff against the Baddog. I'm Kevin Casey along with Lou Thez. And wow, what a chop. People in Norfolk could hear that one, Lou.
I heard it here, I'll tell you. I'm glad I'm not on the receiving end.
Have you and Ivan Koloff ever faced each other?
No, we have not wrestled, but I've been in many cards.
You were active in wrestling when Koloff was coming up, and you were on several cards together.
Well, we wrestled in different areas in the world, and we ran into each other on occasion. We just have a lot of mutual respect. And
world champion to another.
That's exactly right, yeah. Because I know he's been there, you know.
Nice technique by Ivan Koloff. A leg drop, quick lateral press. Looks like he's wearing down the younger Baddog.
Oh, that'll happen. That'll happen. That's part of the design.
How many of these young up and coming guys, with the face paint, the bleached blonde hair, the pumped up muscles, how many of these guys, Lou, in the modern era could hang with, say, the Pat O'Connors, the Lou Thez, the Gorgeous George, the Gene Kiniski?
Well, a lot of them, and I don't mean to be unkind, but a lot of them are quarterbackers. They can't go the distance. And of course, if a fellow like that in good condition, if he would manage to hook you early in the game, he may be able to get you.
Wow.
But if it's a long haul, I don't think so.
Nice clothesline and lateral press by the Baddog, but only a 2 count as Koloff kicks out.
When he hears that 1 count, the adrenaline flows. He gets out of there.
Get out of the way.
Looks like Koloff's in a bad part of town. He's near Uncle Sam. Face full of turnbuckle. That doesn't feel too well. Looks like possibly optical damage here. Nice slam by the Baddog.
Very good.
Powerful.
Very good.
Elbow to the throat.
That should
I think he should have gone for a count, Lou.
He should have. There he goes again.
2.5.
A lot of power there, Ivan's got a lot of power, yeah.
This Baddog, Lou, is a former national power lifter. Here at a recent power meet, I think 2 years ago, Baddog did bench press over 600 pounds. A very acknowledged power lifter. Looks like they're kind of out on their feet in here. Nice little sunset by Baddog.
Good move. Good move. Very close. Very close.
Koloff, hardly a beaten man at this point. Ooh, double press to the throat.
Oh, boy.
That'll get the Adam's apple in a hurry.
Yeah. No, he won't be talking back for a while.
Koloff telegraphing his maneuver. Baddog setting him in. Irish whip. Another clothesline to Koloff. Baddog looking somewhat nonchalant in his technique. He goes for the cover. Only a count of 2.
Mighty close. You nearly got him.
Flat of the foot. Now that is legal, Lou.
Yes.
Flat of the foot to the.
It is, yes.
To the skull of the Baddog.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Now, Ivan Koloff is not afraid to break a rule or 2 now, Lou. Let's get that understood.
Oh, I know that.
Koloff looks like he's setting him in. He goes for the Irish whip. Baddog ducks under. There's a cross-body block by the Baddog. I have a feeling this is going to be a long encounter if you're